To the Civ 5A only YouTube battle. Let's look at the demographics. It's probably the same as last time, except the Vandals are now growing the fastest and have the most land. Let's go next turn. Let's get this rolling. Last time Osaka was brought down to the red and is about to get captured. Spent so much time thinking about red. Switzerland has adopted autocracy and it's going to be captured by Songhai this turn. And Rome was killed. That was pretty sad because, you know, Roman Empire ain't an empire anymore. It isn't an empire anymore. Bohemia has great war infantry. They could definitely go after the Vandals now. They are much more advanced than the Vandals, and they're much more advanced than the French. They just need a better carpet, because the France has a bunch of outdated units, but they have a lot of them. Same thing with Persia. Adwa has been a citadel. Ethiopia was about to take Kornif last time, but I guess they didn't want to. These two are small powers. I could probably say, okay, dead. Osaka has been captured by Songhai. Okay, so every civ with one or two cities, and Morocco, along with Morocco, Portugal, and Denmark, are basically dead, besides Belgium. Belgium, I would actually say, is a regional power because they can hold their own against their enemies. They could probably conquer their enemies, and they're very peaceful. So just because they could survive, Belgium, I believe, is a regional power. The Vandals have launched a sneak attack on another civ. It seems like they're going towards maybe Assyria. Assyria is not well defended on the western flank, but so is the Vandals. Maybe they're going after the Soviet Union again. They still have a capital down here, so that will be interesting. Spain should do something. They should try to get Japan out of the game, and then maybe take Armenia out of their misery. Osaka has been captured back by the Iroquois, but it's now a small city. It used to be a sprawling area, but now it's a small city, and there aren't any buildings in there. Every time you capture a city and it flips, there aren't any buildings in there. So, like, if Portugal still got Lisbon back, they would lose all of their buildings. Like, they would have to build the granaries and the monuments and everything. That would be pretty and Hitler is sending a pretty good force with the Egyptians to attack the Chinese. England, still being England, somehow still surviving. People denouncing each other. I think we might have to declare World War sometime soon. Osaka has been captured by Songhai. I think we'll declare World War on turn 400, or if it gets boring. Like if everyone's like, peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. China has entered the modern era. Egypt has entered the modern era. Greece and the Vandals have declared war on Brazil. Now, yeah, the Vandals could definitely take this area, and the Greeks have an army. We might see the fall of Brazil here. I just said that they're a regional power. He is plotting it against Assyria though, but it seems like, that'll be a lot of, he'll bite off more than he could chew, because Assyria is pretty well defended. Hitler has great war infantry, and he's about to get his panzer units. Those panzers are really strong. And as soon as he gets plastics, he gets one infantry for every city he captures. That is dangerous. It's because he can steamroll anything. Like, Brazil left with these two cities, boom. Go after Salvador with panzers, boom, almost dead. Infantry unit, boom. He could definitely steamroll in the late game. Hitler is looking really good. Ideology adopted. America has adopted autocracy instead of freedom. Ethiopia and Belgium are the only freedom nations. I think Persia will be a nice freedom nation. Osaka is safely in Sunkai's hands. Belgium, you could do something right now. You have the army, you have the navy. Go after Grand River, go after Odenega. Or are you trading with them? Of course you're trading with them. Yep, you're trading with everyone. Carthage trading with Russia and another failed state. Someone should really take out Prussia, though. How's this war doing? The Shoshone have got to the Mayan capital, but they haven't taken that much damage. I'm not sure why these forces aren't going up there to repel the invasion. This invasion of Potsdam was repelled, and it seems like it's gonna backfire on the... China has adopted autocracy. It seems like it's gonna backfire as Aztecs on them. Norway has declared war on China. That's kind of irrelevant. And Egypt has declared war on Brazil. That's kind of irrelevant. The Vandals are behind in tech. But they have a lot of units. And the Greeks are ahead in tech, but they don't have a lot of units. So Brazil might survive unless the highly advanced, lots of units Hitler attacks. Then combined with attacks by the Vandals and the Greeks, Brazil would fall. Brazil would fall like the Soviet Union. The borders are finally starting to clean up. The Mayans have declared war on Brazil. If Assyria declared war, that would be pretty bad. Even if Russia declared war, they could probably... that would just distract them more. Even if Carthage declared war, they probably wouldn't take a city, but they will distract them at least. Or soften them up, these northern cities up for a Greek attack, at least. Morocco has made peace with the Byzantine Empire. Byzantium's a city-state now. Morocco might as well... Well, Morocco has some okay cities. They just need to tech up, and maybe they can go after this while the Vandals are preoccupied. Same thing with Warsaw being brought down by a Swiss force. It seems like we might see East Sweden being eliminated. The map is getting cleaned up. We just need someone to take out Scotland. Portugal probably pieced out with Arabia, and maybe not. Arabia is reinforcing their core. They could probably go after London and easily kill their pikes. I mean, they're like an era ahead. I want to see the first nation to get not great war infantry, regular infantry, and that'll be interesting. I believe the Mayans are above in tech. Ideology adopted. Aztecs have adopted autocracy. It seems like autocracy is the main ideology. I've lost count, really. Citadeling. The Citadel has cut off Attila's court from any future Incan expansion. Austria has great war infantry. They could do something. They could definitely do something. They could probably capitalize on this area being entirely open. Osaka is safely in Songhai's hands, and Grand River's being surrounded. Like I said, the Iroquois were the first ones out in the test game, so it's nice seeing them finally die. Okay, then let's see what the Swiss do against the the Swedish. This area should do something. I mean, Finland hasn't done anything. Iceland, Norway, America. Korea's only taken Yerevan, and the Swiss are gonna kill 2 city-states, but that's not really good. Vandals and Morocco have declared war on the Soviet Union. That's interesting. How's this war doing? The there's a stalemate up here, and there's a large amount of forces going towards Antium. They should capitalize on it while it's still healing from its war wounds. It'll be much easier to take then. The combined Nazi Egyptian forces are pushing into the Chinese area. Babylon is doing a valiant defense of their homeland. They're behind in tech, though. They do have a great scientist, and they just entered the modern era, so they will be able to get great war infantry. Prussia, still being Prussia, but Prussia could do something. They could probably do a suicide run, maybe get Tikal, maybe, and then just die. That would be a good way to go out. Take a city from a bigger power, like the Maori, not like the Maori and the Civ Battle Royale. Anyway, Beijing has been brought down by the combined Nazi Egyptian forces. It seems like Egypt might grab this. Then China might be eliminated this part too. Let's see what the Swiss do against the Swedish. Ooh, one more turn and the Swedish are dead. Boom, eliminated, off the map. And I believe we'll end it next turn. Napoleon has entered the modern era. Napoleon could do something. Napoleon has a chance. They could go after this isolated Greek colony. They could go after Constantinople. They could go after the thinly defended Indonesian areas. They could become a regional power. They could become one of the major powers. Napoleon can become one of the major powers. The thing is, he hasn't done anything for the entire game, so it's probably not going to change. Probably going to hold up until a bigger power like Bohemia or even Persia declares war on them. I believe they're ahead of tech compared to Persia, though. It'll just be a stalemate between those. Rostov has been taken down by a Greek force, which is bigger than I expected. Antium is being attacked by the Vandalic forces. Yeah, Beijing's being taken down. Austria still needs to do something. Warsaw will be taken next turn, like I said. The Aztecs are going into Babylonian territory. This is a really big city, and it will be a really good pickup for the... And it seems like it has a wonder. It will be a really good pickup for the Aztecs. Ideology adopted. Babylon has adopted order, probably right before they die. Should have chosen freedom, Went out in the final freedom. Songhai has a great war bomber, which is probably helping them the siege of Grand River. The Russians are going after the Iroquois. Hitler should do something. I mean, it's okay if they wait until their unique unit rolls around, but they should, try to expand, make it bigger. Beijing already dropping. Let's go next turn, final turn of this episode. And the Swiss process really early, so we'll see them kill the Norwegians unless there's a really idiotic peace deal. Let's hope there isn't an idiotic peace deal. Switzerland, bada bing, bada boom. Sweden eliminated from the game. Sweden, at first, Stockholm, Sigtuna, hold up. Then they got Attila. Then they killed Attila. Ideology adopted, France has adopted autocracy. And then they got these two cities from Poland. They looked pretty good. Until Egypt got Attila's core because, he didn't have any army. Israel got Sigtuna because he didn't have any army. Stockholm and Sarajevo fell to the Incans because he didn't have any army. And Warsaw fell to the Swiss because he didn't have any army. If he built an army, he would still be around. I guarantee you, he would still be around. Anyway, we're having a pretty constant amount of eliminations. Darius has entered the modern era. We'll see his ideology next turn. He's up to date with France. Yeah, he has great war infantry. Ethiopia has declared war on the Byzantine Empire. That won't really help. Byzantium hasn't done anything, really. At all. It looks like they're in a war with France, which will probably fail. Well, it'll probably succeed and Byzantium will be eliminated next part. You won't be missed, Byzantium. I mean, I like Byzantium and the Civ Battle Royale, but they've just done nothing. Busan and Pyongyang are open for attack from the Americans. And, let's see. A little while back, the Vandals and Morocco declared war on the Soviet Union. Nothing's coming out of that. Rostov will fall this turn. As soon as it was getting annexed by the Brazilians, boom, first Brazilian city to fall. Rio is entirely open to a Greek attack, and then they could go after Sao Paulo. Antium could be captured by the Vandals. If Hitler joins in, boom, almost all their cities would drop immediately. Next turn, Grand River's gonna fall, and then Odinaga, by the Russian force of all people, are destroying Odinaga, and this Great War Bomber will definitely help them. Anyway, this has been the Civ 5 AI only YouTube battle. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.